I watched Venom The Last Dance a few days ago and was left in some confusion just as many other fans were when leaving the theater. If you still haven't seen it, there will be spoilers in this video, so now's your chance to click away. Still here? Alright, let's dive into and try to clear up the confusion with the two post-credit scenes in Venom The Last Dance. To try to explain things to make sense, I'm going to start with the second post-credit scene where we see the bartender from the start of the film, or Danny Rojas if you are a fan of Ted Lasso, leaving a cave to see the destruction of the ending battle. As he is running across the destroyed land, we see a cockroach approach the test tube that was used to contain a small piece of the Venom symbiote at the beginning of the film. This now clearly hints that there are two pieces of Venom that exist in the multiverse, one in Tom Hardy's universe and one now in the MCU thanks to the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home. In all honesty, I really hope that this is not going to be how they introduce Venom in the MCU and keep him alive, as I'm hoping to see the full story play out with the meteorite crashing Earth, it bonding to Peter Parker, and Spider-Man giving us finally Tom Holland in the black suit, and then it goes to either to Flash Thompson for the Agent Venom storyline, or it finds its own Eddie Brock in the MCU. However, this could also be a part of the larger scheme to eventually make Knull a big bad in the MCU. Jumping now back to the first post-credit scene, we see Knull has fallen deeper into his symbiote imprisonment, but vows that the King in Black is now awake and ready to wreak havoc across the universe, also giving us a face reveal of Andy Serkis as the God of the Void. This is where all the confusion starts. Throughout the film, it is made crystal clear that Knull has been imprisoned by the symbiotes in that universe, and that only a codex can free him, something that is created when a symbiote brings back a host to life, as we saw in the first Venom film when Venom fought Riot. And this is exactly why I started with the second post-credit scene first. Venom is assumed to be dead by Eddie Brock, as he is now in New York, not knowing about a chance of him surviving. With two very small pieces of Venom remaining, it may be possible now that Venom does not return to his full strength, this being the reason why Knull said that the champion of Earth has fallen, and will eventually be easier for him to send his demonic beings after Venom's codex to free Knull. Not to mention, there is also the symbiote Agony that now lives on Earth as the assumed sole survivor of the ending battle, meaning there is now another way we know of that a codex can be created. Also, it is likely that Knull is now aware of this as well and could try to manipulate the events of the universe to lead to the creation of another codex. So how exactly do we clear up this confusion? In short, fans are left to create theories and predictions about what the future holds for Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, Venom, and Knull. Ultimately, I think the post-credits scene is merely a way for Sony to keep their doors open with exploring more storylines with the symbiotes and Knull, but given that the Craven film is the last film that takes place in their universe that we know of so far, it's uncertain how the MCU's multiverse saga could impact the Sony universe. It is confirmed that Tom Holland's fourth Spider-Man film will be released in the summer of 2026, with Holland himself saying that he and Zendaya have already been given the first draft of the script, meaning production is coming soon. With that, this is what I want you to remember if you're going to take away anything from this video. There are four big pieces to this. You have Peter Parker in the main MCU universe, a fragment of the Venom symbiote also in the MCU, the Agony symbiote surviving the end battle, and another fragment of Venom now being absorbed by a cockroach. One of these four pieces is going to play a key in leading to Knull's freedom and potentially bringing the destruction of the Sony universe and opening the storyline for him to be an Avengers level threat in the MCU. I really do hope that we get to see this and that the MCU then adopts the King in Black storyline as a way to get rid of Knull entirely and then introduce some larger cosmic forces as well, given that I'm thinking that the multiverse will no longer exist after Avengers Secret Wars. We could see something like the introduction of the Enigma Force, the opposite to Knull and the God of Light. To me, Knull is not a villain you simply introduce for one film and never do anything else with him again. And this seems to be, well, from what's being reported, is exactly what Sony's thinking as well. Let me know what you think the future of Knull will be in the MCU in the comments down below. Also, if I missed anything from the film to clear up the confusion with the post-credit scenes that I didn't mention in this video, let me know in the comments as well. Until then, have a great rest of your day, wherever you may be.